Saturday. Happy Saturday. If you're just tuning in, I'm Shateka Husser. I am a life insurance broker and retirement consultant with Shateka Husser Financial Solutions, helping you to retire before you expire. So if that's what you desire and what you aspire, then we are the ones you hire. Our goal really is to get your bank account on fire with a whole lot of lifetime tax-free retirement income that you will not outlive. I know it's short notice, but wanted to make sure that I got on today, as I had mentioned, on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok, and I'm on, looks like, Twitter, as well as LinkedIn and YouTube. So definitely bring your questions. If you have any questions about this topic, I know this is what you all voted. You said you want to know more about annuities than you do about life insurance. While life insurance is very important, we're going to talk about annuities primarily today. But one of the things that most people don't realize is that you actually, if you've worked for a W-2 employer, you've actually already contributed to some type of an annuity plan. So Social Security is an annuity. Let's be clear about that. If you did not know that, Social Security is an annuity. And I am going to slow it down today because I know I can talk pretty fast at times. But definitely bring your questions because we're not going to be long. We're only going to be strong. So if your questions are in any of these chats, then it won't get answered. And I like to do group consulting, if anything, because I'm not as available individually. So either way, I do have a nice cheat sheet coming out for you guys as well, or I should say a quiz on Monday. We had some challenges with it today. It was supposed to launch today and something happened. It'll be out Monday. So you can take that quiz so you can determine whether or not you are ready for retirement. It is a retirement readiness quiz, and you need to take the quiz. Why? Because you need to understand where your challenges are, and then, see if you need some help. And we're definitely going to help you in any way that we can. All right, so let's get right into the content today. Definitely talking about annuities. One of the things that is on most people's mind, besides dying, the first most challenging thing besides dying, most people think about is running out of money. Why? Because advancements in medical technology, people are living a lot longer, and because they're living a lot longer, their money is running out, unfortunately, and some of them are becoming a burden on their children. All right, so if you have older parents and you have to put them in a nursing home, there's just all these different things that happen. There's a lot of different dynamics that can be prevented with the proper planning. And so what we're going to talk about is not only annuities, but some other. So I'm going to give you some bonuses today. The foundation of this message is around annuities, but we're going to talk about some other products that are going to be able to help you in the event that you need some tax-free passive income. I think that's the key word that a lot of people don't look at, because number one, you want tax-free because you got more money. Number two, you want leverage so you can be able to use your money in more than one place. Let's say that again. Leverage. That's a word that most people don't really look at, and they really need to understand, because how can I use my money in not just one place, but 2, 3, 4 places at the same time? We're going to talk about leverage. But with an annuity, basically, like I said, it's Social Security, but it's one you're going to design yourself. All right. So your own individual, savings account, if you will, with benefits. Okay. That can also have death benefit. It can also have terminal benefits. In other words, you use all your money without any challenges from the government in the event that something happens to you terminally, with maybe having cancer, or maybe you have some type of long-term care. You have dementia, or your parents have dementia. Because I like to tell people, you need to take a look at your aging parents as well. Because if you don't and have these types of products on them, it's going to burn your pocket when you could have just leveraged something like an index universal life or an annuity or some type of whole life product to be able to leverage and be able to use, so that if they have any type of living, challenges, in other words, medical challenges, heart attack, cancer, stroke, it happens. Like literally, we've had some challenges in my family with some aging. You can access these products to be able to use the death benefit while they're living, to be able to offset some of those medical bills instead of you going bankrupt. All right. So I think you have to be more forward thinking, especially if you have baby boomer parents, if you have Generation X parents. You may want to make sure that you have the right products on them so that you don't want your retirement account to have to take care of them while you're still trying to live your best life. All right. So getting back to annuities, the main reason we were talking about annuities, like I said, is because we want to minimize the concern around passive income. Everybody talks about passive income. Me, an avid real estate investor in the past, I did stocks, I did trading, foreign exchange currency, Bitcoin, you name it, I've done it. Okay. But there's nothing better than having guaranteed income. All right. There's nothing better than having to know that you're not going to have to worry and you can sleep at night. You have peace of mind because you know a specific amount of money that you're going to have every month, no matter what, just like Social Security. But like economists say, between 2025 and 2025 and 2034, they said Social Security may not be around. But if that's the case, what are you going to do? How are you going to supplement your income so that you can be able to now be able to have access to more cash? Okay. Because the number one question I ask clients is, what's your gap? Most people don't know what their gap is, right? What is your gap? So what are you making today? And what are you going to be making when you are in retirement? And what are going to be your bills? So if you have a gap now, is your gap going to increase when you're in senior years, or is it going to become smaller in senior years? All right. And so how are you going to feel that? Well, a supplemental retirement account is going to be able to help you with your gap. And that's what we're talking about. We say an annuity. An annuity is going to be able to give you money. So when you hear people say things like, oh, I'm living off the interest, then they're talking about they're living off of possibly the interest of an annuity. Okay. Because what a lot of people want to do is they want to they never want to touch their base. They always want to have their principal there so that they can then live off the interest that the principal is making. That's the whole reason why a lot of people want to, dip into stocks and different things, because they know that, listen, I just want my money to multiply and make money for me while we're sleeping, right? Because Warren Buffett says, unless you figure out a way for your money to make money for you while you're sleeping, you're going to be working for money all the days of your life. So the best way to do that is to put into something that you know is going to compound for you. And we know that annuities compound, right? So there's some that are more aggressive than others. Okay. You have three types primarily that people use. One may be, an immediate income annuity. Another one may be a deferred income annuity. And then another one might be more of an aggressive growth style of an annuity. All right. You got the variable annuity, and then you got the index annuity. Then you have the fixed annuity. Those are the three: fixed, index, and variable. I only like to position people in some type of fixed or index because I don't want to see people lose their shirts. So if you heard any negative things about annuities, what you probably heard was about a variable, because you can lose money in a variable annuity, right? So the goal here is to see, how can I put my money into something, all right, that's going to be able to give me an income in the future? You're basically saying, I want to take care of my older self, all right, in the future. And so I want to purchase an annuity. And so what I do is I help you do just that. All right. So the goal really is to see what the gap is, how much income you're going to need, position yourself today, knowing what you're projecting as a gap in the future. No one knows what their future holds. You don't know, situations can happen. Like people say today, life be lifing. You hear that terminology. So we don't know what our gap is going to be, but we can position ourselves in such a way that we understand, or at least that I'm going to have this amount of money coming in per month. Okay. Like I just met with a client yesterday specifically that said, you know what, this isn't going to be enough for me. I should have started sooner. Right. And that's the reason why we have these conversations, because time is what makes the money. It's not about putting away a whole lot of money, but it's about, how do I get to make this time work for me, right? So the younger you are, that's how soon you need. Like, listen, if you're 18 to 25, you're probably not thinking about an annuity. You're not thinking about anything retirement, right? Because you're like living your best life. You're buying houses, you're buying cars, those types of things. But if I could challenge you, there are people that are in their 40s, their 50s. They're saying, man, I wish I would have known this stuff sooner, right? So I personally left corporate with a 401k plan, right? A very robust 401k, but it didn't do what I'm helping people understand that could be done in a retirement account. Okay. So it's really about, what are you trying to accomplish? If you need to have more access to cash and liquidity, a 401k isn't going to help you. If you have an emergency today or tomorrow, it will cost you more to take out a loan out of your 401k than it ever will with a whole life where there's no amount of money that's necessary for you to have to pay back within the first year if you're with the right carrier, right? These are interest-free loans you can take out, right, for the first year with a carrier, and you can use your money twice because one is growing inside the account as if it never left, and you got a death benefit attached to it. And if you bought living benefits, you have a living benefits attached to that. All these benefits attached that you would never have with any type of employer plan. So there's no leverage. So when we talk about leverage earlier, we're talking about how can I use this more than just the dollar that I'm putting it in. I can use it if there's a lawsuit, they can take my entire employer plan away from me, right? But they cannot touch, something like a whole life annuity, because the courts cannot see what you have in these types of accounts. They are protected from market volatility. They are protected from lawsuits. They are protected. The IUL is protected, and the whole life is protected from paying taxes if you properly manage it. Of course, annuities, unless it's a Roth annuity, you are going to end up paying taxes when you pull out those withdrawals or anytime you take out money, right? So a lot of people, what they do is they design these, annuities based off of what they already have with employers. So you start hearing things like rollovers. They're rolling the money into an annuity to stop the bleeding, to keep it in a safe haven account from market volatility loss, from loss to probate and lawsuits and all these other different types of losses, to try to protect the income, to then eventually turn it into a systemized distribution for them later on in life. That's really what an annuity is. Just like Social Security, the longer you wait to take the money, the more you're going to have available to you in your older age, right? So you have something that's called an RMD, retirement minimum distribution, meaning that, and that age is like, it goes older and older. It was from 72 to 73, and there's some talk about it being 75. But at the end of the day, you can put as much as you can up to a certain limit, right? According to the government, and then don't have to be concerned about having to take money out until you're at an older age of 72, 73, and eventually probably 75. That age is actually moving and moving. So you can take all this money and it can go from your generation to the next generation, legacy to, like, say, if you're wondering where I'm looking at YouTube straight ahead. I'm looking at my YouTube channel straight ahead. All right. So, but at the end of the day, the goal really is to design yourself an income so that you can have money in the future. All right. I'm going to do a quick commercial break. If you don't know who I am, because I see people joining over here and over here. My name is Shateka Husser. I am retirement consultant, life insurance broker for Shateka Husser Financial Solutions, where we help you retire before you expire. So if that's what you desire, we are the ones you hire. Our goal really is to get your bank account on fire with a whole lot of lifetime tax-free retirement income that you will not outlive. Okay. We know that you can get income from a lot of different sources, but if it can be tax-free, that's all the better. And if it can have benefits like medical, those types of things, in other words, long-term care need, access to funds, in the event that you have some type of disability, cancer, heart attack, stroke, we are the ones that we can help you. Listen, we work with over 38 plus carriers, okay, across the nation. Okay, we specialize with different states. All right, I personally and right now licensed in 19 states with a team in all 50. All right, so we can get you the help that you need no matter where you are. But this is U.S. based. We do not serve outside of the United States, because I know people are watching from abroad as well. All right. So, but we can help you if you have a property here and your home is based here. We have people that live abroad, but they have residence in South Carolina. And when they use their residence in South Carolina, we can help them. All right. So getting back on to the annuity, and I want to see if there's any questions, because I'm almost out of time. All right. I never want to be longer than 15 minutes. But what questions do you have right now? But getting back to annuity, it really is something we're going to continue to deep dive into the rest of this month as much as we can. With a limited amount of time that we have. If you didn't already know, we are going to be in Louisiana at the Family of Churches. So if you go to focfi.org under the leadership of Dr. Bishop R.C. Blakes, we'll be there having a conversation about how you can go for broke. All right. And broke is an acronym about how we're going to optimize. So we definitely want to see you there if you're in the New Orleans area on July the 22nd at 10 a.m. We're having a mastermind there. All right. So just want to say that as well. If you follow Dr. Bishop R.C. Blakes and Lady Lisa Blake's, then you should already know this. But if not, definitely they'll be having that, and I will be one of the people presenting there as well. I look forward to being able to serve you with more information there. All right, so annuities. Annuities again is something that most people may have heard of, but don't know a whole lot about. But basically, is you purchasing your income in now for the future. You're purchasing your income now for the future. All right. So that's what we're doing with an annuity. And so it isn't for everyone, because if you're looking for liquidity, you don't need an annuity. If you know that you need access to cash, do not get an annuity. You will hurt yourself. The first 10 years of the annuity is actually going to have what's called a surrender charge, just like IULs have a surrender charge. The IUL, the Index Universal Life, is going to have a declining surrender charge. Some people decide they want an annuity because they can't get a traditional life insurance product, right? Because they don't have the health. Maybe they have some challenges with their health, so they use an annuity to do the same things, but without having to be approved because of their health. All right. So that's one of the reasons why people get annuities as well. Because if you have money somewhere, you can still design it in such a way to where you can have that income. All right. I'm not going to have anyone to come on live, so don't request it. So if you have funds and you don't have health, an annuity is what you need. All right. Now I'm going to tell you about a bonus product here in just a second, because a lot of times what I'm talking about is retirement. And because I'm talking about retirement, there is a product that is income it's income driven. In other words, you have to have a certain amount of income. And the reason why I'm going to speak about it is not to make anyone feel bad or anything, but I feel like I wish I would have known about this product, and I wish more people would have known about this product. But most people don't, that are six-figure earners. So if you are a six-figure earner, or you and your spouse combined are a six-figure earner, you need to know about this product. It is a product that, just like you are financing your home, you can finance your retirement account the same way, okay? And leverage what the banks are giving you. In other words, the banks will give you $3 for every dollar that you put in, to be able to help you grow this pot of money at a higher, faster pace, right, than you ever could by yourself. It is like the most robust. I haven't seen anything outperform it numbers wise on paper. Okay. But it is a product that requires you to have good health, because it is a form of an IUL, and it does require you to be able to have the six-figure income. So I just wanted to put that out there, if that's something that interests you, because for the same amount of premium that you would pay in, say, an IUL or an annuity, you could have exponentially higher income if you participated in this type of a plan. It's called premium bank financing. Basically, it helps you, like I said, catch up on your retirement account. If you're someone that's in your late 40s, 50s, you're like, man, I really wish I would have started sooner, but I got all this money now. That is a good plan for you if you've been making on your tax return. So we don't waste your time on your tax return, because they dig deep. They want to know that you got net worth. They want to know that you have, that income for the last 2 years. And if you don't, then it's wasting everybody's time. And it's very important. So I just want to put that out there before I continue. But yeah, annuities, it is a long-term play. It is not a short-term play, because you cannot liquidate an annuity in most cases in less than 10 years. Now, here's the deal. You can access 10% of your money, all right, as early as 30 days to 1 year in a day, all right, depending on which carrier you're with. You can access those funds 10% penalty free, no matter how old you are, but you still going to have to end up paying taxes if you take the money out, okay? So some people, they looking for all type of tax strategies. Some people fund their annuity, and the money that the annuity make pays for the IUL, or it pays for the whole life. I mean, there's all these different types of strategies that we can structure when we know what you have. And so the first action that we would ask for anybody that wants to work with us personally is just you're going to have to give us all your information, because this has got to be in your best and most suitable interest. We will not place anything in your lap that's not going to work for you. That's not going to, it's not going to meet your needs in the future. All right. Because that would not be integrous of us. And we operate with the utmost integrity. We do not want to get you into any type of plan that's going to hurt you later. Rather that's an IUL, whether that's a whole life, whether that's an index annuity. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for us. All right. Because our reputation, our brand, everything It's really predicated on how we take care of our clients in the most professional manner, and with your best interest in mind. You have to be suitable. And so the first thing we're going to ask you to do is fill out a one pager. Literally, it's a one pager, and we make it simple for you. But we need to know all of your liabilities. We need to know all of your assets, all that type of stuff, so we can understand really what you have from a budget perspective. Because most people don't know their budget, right? Like, you don't even know your budget. Some people, right? You may know yours, but a lot of people don't. And we don't want to put you in a plan that's not going to help. That's not going to work for your budget, because it's wasting everybody's time, right? So at the end of the day, an annuity does work for some people that know that they're not going to be able to touch that money, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, everybody. So if you bouncing checks, you don't need an annuity, because you're going to have an emergency and you're going to try to go inside that annuity, and then you're going to try to take that money out, and then you're going to hurt yourself because all the surrender charge that was attached to that in the first 10 years of you having that contract. Annuities are contracts between you and an insurance carrier that says that you will let this money sit here for 10 years, with the exception of maybe a 10% penalty-free withdrawal the first 30 to 1 years, okay? After you putting this money in there. That's basically what it is. It's a contract between you and an insurance carrier, all right? So corporations, banks, they all work with carriers to make sure that they can leverage their money, they can grow their money, they can have some security, because carriers are number one, multi-trillion-dollar industry. Carriers to keep your money safe, growing, protected. Like we talked about the 3 ways that it protects your money. A carrier is going to protect your money from lawsuits. They're going to protect your money from market volatility, and in some cases protect your money from having to pay taxes on the growth of your money. All right. And we teach you how, we're educated. We teach you how to position and what not to do and what to do with your money, so that you're not ever taxed on your contract, because if you are, that's a problem. Now, annuities, when you pull that money out, unless it was already a Roth annuity, it's going to be taxed. It is a taxable product. It is what we call a qualified plan, because you're taking funds from an employer that was a qualified plan, a 401k, 403b, 457, TSP, IRA. All those are qualified plans, and a qualified plan can go into a qualified plan, meaning it can go into an annuity, but it cannot go into an index universal life or whole life. Okay, those are non-qualified plans. They never started pre-tax, with any type of employer. Understanding the two, you'll know exactly how you can move your money around and position your money so that you can leverage the dollars for emergencies. And if you're looking to expand your business, if you're a business owner, a lot of people use whole life policies to be able to take that money and build their business and scale their business. But an annuity is not one that you can do that with. So I'm just giving you comparing and contrasting what you can do with a whole life, IUL, and an annuity. They're 3 different products. They work different. Whole life is short-term play. IUL is long-term play. Annuity is long-term play. IUL versus annuity. IUL going to give you more in terms of benefits, but you got to have the health for it. Annuity, you don't need to have the health for it, but it's not going to give you as many benefits, and it's not going to be as liquid in 10 years. Well, in 10 years, it'll be liquid, a lot of it, if you are of the age. If you have the age, but other than that, you'll be able to live off 10%. What questions are out there? Let me see if there are any questions. If not, we're going to go ahead and end this, because I am definitely well over time. I want to see if I have any questions. If not, we're going to end this live. Thank you for joining me today. We will be back another time. I thought I deleted that out. Yeah. Either way, we'll be back another day to talk to you more about annuities. We'll go a little deeper in what annuities are, and definitely bring your questions, or you can definitely send us an email. You can send an email to staff@winningandwealth.org. That's staff@winningandwealth.org. What any questions that you have, we'll get to those as soon as we can. If you'd like to know more about our quiz that we have coming up, definitely go to Shateka.com and look. And as soon as it's live again, it'll be Monday, sometime on Monday, because there's a glitch somewhere, and I don't want to put it out and it's not working properly. But Monday, we will have that working for you, and there'll be a link in Shateka.com that tells you how what your readiness score, your retirement readiness score is, because we specialize in retirement. And that product that I was telling you about is a product that, when I talked about premium bank financing and getting $3 for every dollar that you put in to help you grow your account. That's not something that most people are talking about. So when you start thinking about, well, what makes you different, what sets you apart, we ideally work with everybody. We work with all budgets, but we do have some high net worth individuals that we work with to make sure that we can get you into some plans that's going to be more sophisticated, but a different type of structure. But it does require a certain type of income to even get into that. So I usually don't even talk about that on social media because don't want people to feel some type of way. But once they see those, they don't even want anything else for how it produces for them in terms of an income in the future. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. You can download a free retirement checklist by going to Shateka.com. We do have a checklist, but you can't take the quiz until Monday. We'll have that there. All right. God bless you. Have an incredible day. We'll see you at the top because you belong.